Good morning, everyone. Hopefully, you're having a great Sunday so far. We are talking a lot of different kinds of weather across the area this morning. In fact, in the mountains, we've seen that second round of snowfall potential that we talked about yesterday. It's not actively snowing right now from our King Street camera in Boone, but it was literally just minutes ago. So it's kind of been off and on, and that will be the case throughout a lot of the day. You actually see as we get closer to 3, 4 o'clock, just a few little light areas of snowfall. And then as we progress throughout the afternoon, we'll start to see that taper off. I think completely tapered off closer to the 9, 10 p.m. time frame. But for the most part, if you're up in the mountains today, you'll probably see some off and on cloud cover and some snow showers as you enter the second half of the afternoon before we're pretty much completely clear as we enter the midnight time frame and overnight. Notice by 9, 10, there you go, starting to pop off there and eventually clear out. But temperatures tonight are going to be some of the coldest we've seen in quite some time. Upper 20s for the Charlotte area, low 20s there in the mountains. As we take a wide view across most of the area, you can kind of see some of the sprinkles popping up there on satellite, showing some of those light snow showers, whereas the rest of the Charlotte area is nice and dry. In fact, I'm looking at all of our cameras, and everybody is sunny. It looks so nice out. So I hope that you're able to get out and enjoy the day, as it has kind of been a marathon, it feels like, of a weekend already, but Sunday is going to be very pleasant as we progress throughout the afternoon. So let's talk Sunday forecast. If you are heading to the Panthers game, temperatures will warm into the mid 50s. Lots of sunshine expected by the afternoon. Now, winds will turn breezy. So you will notice that by the afternoon, and probably especially as we get toward the overnight hours, because we mentioned the colder temperatures. But breezy at times, sunny, 53. Hey, it's January. This is exactly where we're supposed to be. The official high temperature forecast is right around 53, but or 55 that is, but 53 by 3 o'clock, 53 and again by 4. So it is going to be a nice afternoon. Just if you are heading to Bank of America Stadium, know where your seats are. If you're in the sun, it'll be feeling pleasant. But boy, if you were in the shade, 50s will feel like the 40s. And as soon as you go get some concessions, go to the restroom, it feels like an Arctic tundra. It's just one of those stadiums that is really susceptible to that, especially as the wind kind of peeks through all of the little valleys there within. Now, Futurecast wind gusts talk about we're breezy this afternoon. Well, the sustained winds will be around 15 miles per hour with the gust 25 to 30. These will get even higher as we get closer to Tuesday. If you were watching our stream yesterday, we were kind of talking about how, I don't know why keep saying we. I was talking about how we're looking ahead to that next big storm, and that's coming on Tuesday. It's very typical with an El Nino winter setup to see these storms progress kind of every 2 to 3 days. Now, this one is coming with a severe weather risk. What's going to happen is that it first comes by the middle part of the day, first non-thunderstorm wind gusts, 40 to 50 miles per hour, and heavy rain. Secondarily, a chance for severe weather as we enter the overnight hours. So first, let's talk about the wind potential. Gusting 45 to 50 miles per hour near and east-southeast of I-77. This wind is going to be no joke. This will cause likely some scattered power outages because on top of the wind, we're already pretty saturated. We could additionally see 2 to 4 inches of rain, and that could cause some localized flooding. So it's kind of a 1-2 punch there. Heavy rain and the gusty winds combining together are allowing for that risk. Sorry, we're having some weird clicker issues today, but essentially, those are the two main things. That's the main reason why we have the risk there for scattered power outages. Again, on Tuesday, sustained winds 20 to 30, gusts 40 to 50, rainfalls 2 to 4. But then what happens kind of as a second round is as the actual frontal boundary itself comes in, we have a risk of severe weather. Now remember, severe storms, you need wind gusts of about 58 miles per hour, so 60 pretty much or higher. Now that's going to arrive on the tail end of this. It's caused by the same storm system, but essentially the non-thunderstorm winds and the heavy rain come first, and then on the tail end, we get the opportunity for severe weather. Right now, the highest severe weather risk is still east and southeast of I-77, but much of the Charlotte area is included in the low to medium risk. So we are going to be watching this consistently over the next few days, but Tuesday is a day we want folks to stay weather aware. So here's kind of where I'm thinking the impact meter is. Winds are still number one, and it's because we have the non-thunderstorm winds early and then the severe wind threat on the tail end of the system. We also have the moderate risk there of heavy rain leading to localized flooding, 2 to 4 inches. So those are kind of number one and number two. But remember, the wind is kind of a secondary round also in the back end. Also, when we have the frontal boundary coming in by Tuesday evening, There is an isolated quick spin up tornado threat. Now it is low, but it's not zero, so something we'll keep an eye on. And then there could be some lightning. In winter storms, typically in the Carolinas, we don't see as many lightning strikes, for example, as we would, when it's 95 degrees in the summer, but you can get a decent amount. But we have all this warm, moist air, so the atmosphere is going to be extremely unstable, which is why this is going to be a storm system we haven't seen in quite some time, and one I just really want folks to be prepared for, as it's likely going to last off and on for pretty much the entire day on Tuesday. But again, remember, the non-thunderstorm wind gusts coming in mid-afternoon with the heavy rain, and then we have that second round of severe storms possible in the evening. So you'll see this reflected on the Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, where I encourage folks to stay weather aware. Even when the system has passed, we'll still keep those winds elevated through Wednesday before clearing out by Thursday. And then we're actually tracking another chance of rain by Friday and into Saturday. I mentioned that at the top of the stream, this is pretty typical for this time of year when we're in El Nino setups. There's a more active storm track. You get really strong jet stream, but also really strong jet streak, where in this case we have the storm system coming in, you saw there, from the south and west, and then eventually shifting toward us. So that allows for all that warmth and moisture to come in because of the way that the storm system is moving versus, let's say, a cold front coming in from the north and west. So just be mindful of that. Stay weather aware on Tuesday. Our team is going to be watching this threat really closely over the next few days. And of course, we'll continue to keep you updated. But at least for the rest of your Sunday, things are looking great. Sunshine, abundant, mid 50s, and breezy. Right now, Brian, you're asking about the power outage risk. It is medium to high. And that's because of the winds upwards of 50 miles per hour for gusts, plus the heavy rain leading to localized flooding. So medium to high, I would say high from areas along and east southeast of I-77. So let's say Charlotte all the way down to the Sandhills. And I would say more medium for areas west of 77. But it could definitely be widespread in spots. So it's something we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on. So stay safe, stay weather aware. I'll be back with you later on this week. And KG will be here tonight for the evening newscast. And of course, Larry and Chris back in tomorrow morning and Brad back in tomorrow evening. And the whole team, I promise, has got a close eye on this. But for now, I will leave you with a fantastic forecast for your first Sunday of 2024. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them in the comments. Send me a message. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email, probably the best because I check my email the most often. I am a millennial after all. But yeah, have a great rest of the day, everybody. And go Panthers for the last home game of the year. Bye, everybody.